Welcome to the cave.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. Give me a few minutes today. You've had a busy summer.
Yes, there's Disney Zombies that came out on Disney Plus, and it's coming out on
Yeah.
Disney Channel on the 12th, and then SkyMed, which released on Paramount Plus, all came out, within like the same weekend. They're
Right.
both out now. You can stream Zombies on Disney Plus and all 9 episodes of SkyMed on Paramount Plus.
Before we jump into those projects, I was trying to do some research on you and everything. Like, what made you get into the industry?
Yeah, I was 7.
Wow.
So, yeah, I really just woke up one morning and decided I wanted to be an actress, as you do. And my parents really didn't take it as a stage, like, oh, next weekend she's going to probably want to be an astronaut. No, they were like, okay, cool, let's do this. So I
Mm.
got an agent, and my very first audition I booked, it was to be Elle Fanning's double in the
Oh.
movie Babel, which
Mm.
was Alejandro González Iñárritu movie, and like Brad Pitt was in it, Kate Blanchett, Gael Garcia Bernal. It was a wild first experience. We filmed in the Mexican desert
Wow.
for 6 weeks, and I had no idea what I was doing, neither did my parents. But I was very lucky to have that first experience because it really made me realize that
Mm.
this is so cool, and I never looked back.
Wow. Well, like, what made you you decide to do that? Like, were you watching something on TV, a movie, or a TV show?
I was always a performer, one
Okay.
of those kids who would always put on shows for their parents' guests.
Mm.
Unwatched, no one asked for it, but there I
Yeah.
was, putting on the show. I grew up dancing, and I don't know, I just always really liked to be creative and to perform.
Mm. Wow. So you mentioned Zombies 3 recently just premiered on Disney Plus. What was that phone call like when they told you, "Hey, we're making a third one. Let's get you back on"? What was your reaction to all that?
It was really exciting. When we filmed the first one over 5 years ago now, we
Yeah.
never thought it would become this huge franchise that it has become. And
Right.
so we were very excited. We were actually supposed to film it a year before, but COVID happened. So we had to push it a year. So when we did get the call that it was going through, we were all just so grateful and really happy to have the opportunity to actually, do the third one, have that conclusion, and sort of, make it bigger and better than ever, and, bring in more characters and sort of
Right.
have that little like ending as a family.
Yeah. How do you describe the fan base for this? Because like I have a 7-year-old daughter, she loves it. She watches it constantly, and now my 4-year-old son is like in love with Zombies 3.
Stop. I love
Yeah.
that. You know
Yeah.
what? Something that I cherish so much, and it's actually one of the best parts about being a part of the franchise, are the
Mm.
fans.
Yeah.
Because the fans that we do have are just the absolute cutest. It's, a bunch of little, not even some are, teenagers, but they just are, it's so wholesome.
Mm.
It's fans who really are receptive to the message of our movie, which is really, inclusivity and coming together, celebrating our differences, and living harmoniously, at the same time being able to challenge each other. And so our fans who are receptive to that, I think just like it means a lot. And it's one of the best parts about being a part of it for sure. Even parents come up to us and thank us for being a part of something that is teaching, their kids great morals through song and dance.
How fun was Lacey playing that character?
The most fun. She is just a sassy woman, cheerleader. She just is so fun to play. I love being funny. Comedy is one of my favorite things to do. And to be able to do it in a world like the zombies Disney world is so fun because you can really do anything. You can be so big, you can make really silly choices and just have fun with it.
Now, I know you probably been asked this before. What are the odds of a spin-off or something like that? Have you heard anything? Or even about Lacey? Maybe Lacey can have her own spin-off.
Yeah, the ACs, Bucky and the ACs. Never say never. Anything can happen. I think because it is such a huge franchise now and it's really been receptive, I think that there's definitely a possibility for it to continue growing. We have pop-ups now at the Disney parks for the Disney movies, so it's gonna live on.
Now, would you love to do something else with Disney if you could?
Absolutely. I've, been working with Disney for almost a decade now. First thing I did was Zapped with Zendaya,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that's right. That's
I
right.
did Bunks, which now there's a show about called Bunked. So I've been part of the Disney family for a while, and it's just like I said, it's just such a fun world to be a part of.
And now SkyMed. What a difference between going from zombies to SkyMed, huh?
Completely different character. Yes, more adult, more risque,
Mm,
definitely a contrast from playing Lacey, which is great. And it's something that I'm really thankful for the industry. I think as not only an actor, but as a person, it really pushes you to grow and to challenge yourself. So I'm really thankful I had the opportunity to play a character that really challenged me as a person and an actor.
So how did that role come up? Tell us about your audition for Madison.
Yeah, it was during one of the lockdowns,
Mm,
and I had to do a self tape with my friend. And yeah, it was a story that I thought was really special from the start. It's not just your any, typical medical drama. It's attending to remote communities in the north, and we have a really beautiful perspective and dynamic of the health perspective in the indigenous communities. And it's flight nurses, so there's drama up in the air, and it's something that I think is a little bit different in the best way.
You're the fifth cast member that's come on this show. So I've had Thomas, Keon, Lexi, and Mercedes on.
So you've heard all of this already.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah. So,
yeah, yeah.
so, but everybody loves the show. That's the thing. People are loving the show. They're hoping we hear about a season two.
Yes, fingers crossed for season 2. So go binge that on Paramount Plus. There is really great character developments. It's such an ensemble cast, so you really get to see each character evolve, and there's just so many good, juicy storylines.
What was the description we were given for Madison, and how did you prepare to play that character?
Actually, the description was nudity required, something or other, and I was like, oh, okay, so just wrapped on Disney zombie.
Right.
Now is this something I'm going to decide to do? So honestly, I wasn't even sure it was something I wanted to do.
Mm,
Thankfully there's no like serious nudity,
right.
but like I said, I'm glad that I did take the opportunity to evolve and to challenge myself in this industry.
What did you love about Madison? Is there anything you would change about her?
I don't think there's anything I would change, but I really liked being able to play. At the end of the day, she is such an independent, strong woman who is faced with a huge challenge that I think a lot of women are faced with. So, yeah, it was an honor to be able to sort of show that perspective of a woman's decision. I won't say too
Spoiler.
much in
Yeah.
case people haven't watched it, but yeah.
What so like like the certain cast members they had to like study for like pilot or nursing or or anything with medical. What was your thing that you had to like focus on?
Well, it's a spoiler,
Okay.
but I can say it and you can decide if you want to add it in.
Good. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, she's pregnant. So something I had to really research and prepare myself for was to, put myself in that position and in that perspective, which is something I obviously have never had to do. So a lot of research went into that. We had Julie Puckrin's, the creator, her sister, who the show is based off of. She was a flight nurse in the North. She was on set with us so she, as a labor and delivery nurse, was able to sort of guide us and help us through the journey, which was really cool to have a real life perspective on what.
So now, between season 1 and season 2, like if there's a season 2, is there a certain cast member that you kind of hope you can have more scenes with that you didn't have it in the first season? If we see you on season 2.
Yeah, let me just hold for the siren.
Okay.
Do you hear it? Okay. Yes. Being able to play with pretty much anyone else other than Ace, because most of my scenes
Right.
with Ace, Bodhi, Natasha and I had some really great scenes together. I love working with her in scenes. I would love to do more with her. But yeah, really just anyone else of the cast, because my character and their characters don't intersect too much. I
Mm.
absolutely love Morgan and how she plays her character. And so,
Right.
I mean, I don't know if Madison and her would intersect, but I would love to also work with her more.
That's great. So we have Zombies on Disney Plus, SkyMed on Paramount Plus. Now, what's next for you? Anything you're allowed to tell us about that you're working on? You got coming out?
Just fingers crossed for SkyMed season 2. Made the move here to LA, so transitioning and doing all of that fun stuff.
Amelia, how can the listeners, the viewers, find you on social media?
It's my name, Emilia, with an extra A, McCarthy.
All right, Amelia, this was great. Thank you for giving me a few minutes today to talk about Zombies and SkyMed.
Thank you so much.